In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nvidia DLSS 5 and the total disaster show that was. Subnautica 2 developers have won their lawsuit between Krafton, their publisher, and Minecraft Dungeons 2 has been announced during the Minecraft Live, which is the Minecraft Diablo-like game. That is what we're going to be talking about today. My name is the Techno Jelly. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do videos on Mondays and Fridays, the news style videos we do on Mondays, and the video essay style videos we do on Fridays. But with all that said, let's get into the video. Starting with the fact that Nvidia DLSS 5 was announced a couple days ago with a demonstration of their new AI-powered visual fidelity for video games. And even on their own website, it shows the own video that they did with the different style of it on and off, and I do have to say that it looks really bad. It looks like an AI filter, which is the worst kind of thing to say about this technology because DLSS in general isn't bad. I think the AI frame generation stuff is actually pretty nice. I do think that game developers are treating it a little more of a crutch and they kind of depend on it too much, in my opinion. But the technology itself isn't a bad thing. But the problem is that this DLSS 5 stuff is just really weird. It looks bad, first of all. They demonstrated it on Resident Evil, EA Sports FC, Starfield, Hogwarts Legacy, and the Zoran Nvidia Tech demo. And I just have to say, let's just start with Resident Evil because that's the one that everyone mostly has seen. It just looks bad. Grace looks weird and not look like... She just doesn't look like Grace, honestly. She just looks like a different character. The facial expressions are completely different in some of these reveals. The hair on Leon, it looks actually awful. It actually just looks bad. It looks like the settings you put on when you turn low settings on in a video game and the hair is like has like that pixely mess at the edges of it because it doesn't have like anti-aliasing on or something like that. Like it's not smooth anymore. And overall, I think it is just really bad. And it just shows that this technology, I feel like, is for the shareholders and not for actually gamers and devs. The Starfield one as well is really bad. It just looks like they upped the brightness and added makeup to the female characters and basically did nothing with the male characters. It looks like a different scene, which is bad. It looks like just straight up different characters sometimes. And it feels, the reason I'm calling it an AI filter is because it looks like the filters that just yassify and add makeup to female characters because that's what AI thinks is hot or good or presentable. It just gives them lipstick, eyeliner, and like darkens the hair. And I think the biggest problem is that this is obviously an AI filter. So where is it getting its data from is a big thing. And two, where's the benefit for this? Like I don't really see the benefit to something like this. Like I understand the good side of DLSS because of the frame generation and the being able to run things on weaker systems, that all that stuff is good. But I don't understand the needing of this filter. It destroys the art style, I feel like, of a lot of games. And these are just on human characters. I can't imagine this working on things that aren't humans. And, I mean, to be fair, we kind of got that with the Hogwarts Legacy demonstration with the person with the gnome, or goblin, sorry, in Hogwarts Legacy, and it just looks weird. It looks strange. It didn't really do anything to the characters. It seems to just brighten stuff up, and that's basically it. For older characters, it just makes them look really old. Like, it really defines the wrinkles and stuff like that, and, like, that doesn't really do anything. Like, sure, in photorealism attempts, it's technically true, but video games aren't generally trying to do that. Even the games that have human characters aren't trying to go for photorealism, because that's not fun. Like, you don't want photorealism in video games pretty much ever. Even games that are super realistic, like something in Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that, where like the game is super realistic, but it still has an art style. Like there is still things that happen and objects and the characters still don't look, they look realistic, but they aren't real in that type of way. It doesn't look like a picture, which is what video games are really good at. They're really good at making different art styles work, even though they're technically just humans. You know, all the games like Resident Evil, EA Sports, Starfield, Hogwarts Legacy, all of them have humans, but they all look different. You all know what game is from different things, even if you don't necessarily know the characters. They all look different. But this turns them into the same thing. They all look the same. It all turns it into this filter art style. And I use that word very vaguely because it doesn't really turn it into an art style. And the worst thing is that it actually just looks bad and it looks worse than this stuff. And according to Otaku, Capcom and Bethesda, some of the devs from Capcom and Bethesda that were there at the demonstration didn't know their game was being used and they were surprised, which is kind of insane to say, to think that this is something that was just spurred onto them, because this system is a opt-in or like opt-in / opt-out system. Like, it's not going to work for every single game. And like, Todd Howard was literally there. So how did the Starfield devs not know that this was happening? Which is kind of weird. I feel like that's kind of like a slight sideshow, because it's, how does something like this, and this is supposed to be like Nvidia's big thing right now, how did the developers not know? And basically no developer that I've ever seen give any comment on this has had good things to say about it. Some of the more nicer ones I've seen are like, you know, they can see the benefits of a technology like this, but it's being implemented terribly and just not good execution. And basically what everyone's conclusion is that basically, who asked? No one asked for this. And now, to be fair, customers don't generally know what they want, and I understand that. But the problem is that not only did no one ask for this, people have already proven to not really like these AI filter style stuff. Like, people don't like AI art. People don't really like the AI generated creativity side of things for the most part. And that's just what this is. And it just doesn't do it very well, even when it's trying to do it. So it makes even less sense to put in this. And, you know, the reason they're doing this is because money. The Nvidia investors want to see progress in the AI chips, in the AI tech side of things. And that's literally the only reason they're doing it. And you can argue that this is trying to fulfill a niche or a need, but I don't see anyone that could run the new DLSS 5 stuff needing this. Because one weird thing for me is, at least from the way I understand it, is that this is supposed to help games run better, or not run better, look better on weaker systems. But in order to run this, you're going to need a good graphics card. So if you have a good graphics card, you don't need it. You can run the game at high graphics. So I don't understand like what the point is. Because if you're trying to make the game look better on weaker systems, but the technology needs a high-tech graphics card that's AI compatible, that's going to be a high-powered graphics card most likely. Like, unless they're trying to think of making an AI-powered graphics card that's cheaper, but I highly doubt that. The price is only going up. So I don't understand the niche they're trying to hit here. And so everything about it sucks or is confusing, and or both. And I really hope that Nvidia does something, or other graphics card companies can draw off the fact that Nvidia is just dropping the ball so hard when it comes to stuff like this. But overall, I don't think it's going to unfortunately affect too much, because we all know video games is a small portion of Nvidia's profit margins nowadays. It's all the AI tech and the data center stuff. So unfortunately, this backlash won't matter, because the video game industry is a very small portion of the pie nowadays for Nvidia. But hopefully, maybe one day it will affect it in the future, because other graphics card companies that maybe can put in the work that Nvidia isn't doing, hopefully. Moving on to Subnautica 2 and their ongoing legal battle between Unknown Worlds and their publisher Krafton, or I should say the ending of the legal battle, because the leadership team of Unknown Worlds was unreasonably and unknowingly fired randomly from Subnautica 2 by Krafton, stating that they weren't working properly. And Ted Gill, which is one of the CEOs, and other senior team members were fired, around 3 of them. And they filed a lawsuit saying that Krafton was trying to get out of paying a $250 million bonus split between the entire team. And basically, after legal stuff, the courts agreed. That's exactly what they're doing. Krafton was trying to get out of the way of trying to pay for this $250 million bonus, because they were worried that Unknown World was actually going to meet the conditions for this bonus. And the judge told them to reinstate the leaders in their positions and extend the deadline for the conditions, because the deadline is coming soon, and obviously it's unlikely they could hit the deadline more reasonably so because of the legal battles and because they weren't technically allowed to work on it. So now it is fully in Unknown World's control again, for the fact that they have their team members back, their leadership is back, and they are going to go on and hopefully make a really good game. It's becoming into early access soon, according to the trailers and stuff like that. And it is early access, so they weren't even doing this stuff for a full release. It was conditional bonus for early access release, which is kind of intense when you think about it, and a little strange by Krafton standards. And I think overall this just proves how brain dead Krafton is, at least the Krafton CEO, because it's already been proven that he used ChatGPT to try to brainstorm ways to avoid the bonus for Unknown Worlds. And basically he just used those ideas and was said to have just been ignoring his legal team apparently and just following what the ChatGPT stuff has said. This is coming from a CEO that's saying that they're going all in AI for Krafton, which is very worrying, because if this is what AI is telling them to do, then this is not a good look. Another big thing about this case is that it took only like 9 months about to finish this case, which I thought this was going to be a lot longer ride. So this must have been a really big just shut in case. Like, I think Unknown Worlds and the team members there probably just had a really good case, and Krafton was basically super obvious. I mean, even from the outside looking in, it was very obvious once you learned some of the just basic facts. It's like, oh yeah, Krafton was trying to get out of them paying the bonus, and the only way to do that is to fire them, at least according to what they thought. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, that sucks, but at least they can put this behind them for Unknown Worlds, and they continue just trying to make Subnautica 2. And Subnautica 2 looks good. It looks like it's going well. It's coming soon to early access, and with the multiplayer update as well, the co-op for this game as well. So a lot of people are very excited, and I think they're gonna kill it when the game comes out in early access. So it's going smooth sailing for Subnautica 2 now. And lastly, let's talk about some big things that happened at Minecraft Live, other than the fact that they did announce a new biome for the regular Minecraft game. But what I wanted to talk about is the Minecraft Dungeons 2 game that has been announced. And I think that people have this weird view on Minecraft Dungeons, because Minecraft Dungeons, the first one, was a really fun game, and I really enjoyed it. And I really don't understand why people started kind of hating on Minecraft Dungeons in the later stages, mostly because I feel like the systems in the game weren't as complex. Like, this isn't Diablo 2, this isn't Diablo 3, it isn't Path of Exile. This is a streamlined, for the kids kind of Diablo-like action RPG. Though I do have to say, for the kids, it still had some complexities, but it just wasn't nearly as complex. Like, the item grind and the item builds and stuff like that just weren't nearly as crazy as the Diablo likes or the Path of Exiles or any of those styles of games. But Minecraft Dungeons was still a good game. And Minecraft Dungeons 2, I hope, continues to iterate on what they were doing. I really hope that they kind of go more into the item grind style stuff. I mean, the story was pretty decent, honestly, for a Minecraft game. And it's supposed to come out this year as well, which is pretty surprising. It'll be really interesting to see. Another really interesting thing is that it's also being worked on by Double 11. So it is not being worked on by Mojang itself. So that's kind of interesting. Though, to be fair, they do a lot of support work. So they're a big support studio for a lot of things, and they supported on the first Minecraft Dungeons as well. So I hope they continue with the success for the Minecraft Dungeons, I guess, franchise now, or series of games, and I hope they create something interesting and new, but keep it similar at the same time. Like, it's one of those battles. It's like the Diablo games or Path of Exiles. You can't change the game too much, but there are things you can change. And with Minecraft Dungeons, I think the best thing you can do is make it more complex. Kind of sounds bad, but what I'm trying to say is that I think adding systems to Minecraft Dungeons 2, I think will actually benefit it a lot more than hinder it. because the kids will have fun with it. Don't get me wrong. The kids will have fun. They'll kill stuff. They'll play the story, and that's it. But for the people who really want to play this game, there wasn't that much. And once you beat the story. And I feel like the ending or the end game or the grind that as a lot of people will say about these games, Minecraft Dungeons didn't really have that. And I think you can expand upon that in Minecraft Dungeons too, while keeping the story still fun and introducing that stuff. And if the people don't care about that stuff, that's fine. It's not really for them. As long as the core game is still fun to play from the beginning to the end of the story, those majority of those people, they're done with the game. But then there's the small section of people that really love those styles of games and they're going to grind it out. We'll see if they can actually get something for them or if there's actually like an end game. They kind of made an end game eventually in Minecraft Dungeons, but that was with DLCs and stuff. So hopefully they can do that in the peer release this time, now that they have more of a foundation to work on and they're not just going from nothing. But that is all the time I have for today. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you would like to support the channel, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Comment down below what you guys think about the whole Nvidia DLSS 5 stuff, the Subnautica 2 stuff, or the Minecraft Dungeons stuff. If you'd like to support even more directly, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/thetechnojelly. You join all of these nice people in the credits. Going across the screen, we do a once a month live stream that you can vote upon, and we hang out and have good times, play some games and stuff. As well, if you'd like to support super directly, I have an affiliate link with poggers.shop linked in the description. TechnoJelly code. You get 10% off using that code off of their hydration, energy, and sleep aid mixes, as well as their cups and shaker cups. 10% off and checkout using code TechnoJelly. Please use that, and I will thank you for it. If you'd like to follow me on other platforms, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads, all at the TechnoJelly. And if you'd like to watch more videos, click or tap on my face or above my face. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in one of those. Goodbye, everyone.